Here's the headline for a Wall Street Journal story today. After strong 2018 for retail sales, caution flags pop up. You think that's the case for 2019?
I totally agree. And it happened about mid-November. You think here, Jeff Jenrette guided up November 14th. 2 months later, the stock's off nearly 40%. He's a smart guy. Things changed. And those would be external, not internal. The company's merchandise didn't change. Stock market dropped 10%. Huge impact, especially Eastern Seaboard. Tariffs, cost structure, how do I manage that? Shutdown, huge impact. Nearly 20% of people work for the government. But even if you're working for the government, you're getting paid, you're sympathetic, you're not sure, you become uncertain. So like a company like Macy's, highly exposed on the Eastern Seaboard, 25% of the stores, DC to Boston, 35% of the volume, it's gonna be hard to figure it out. What we saw with Nordstrom though, it's broader, right? Nordstrom had a surprise and they're in Seattle, heavy West Coast. So I think the consumer is being more cautious as they start the new year. And that's pretty common when your portfolio, which was up all year, got to flat. You're going to rethink things before you respend.
Do you think the market volatility is having anything to do with that as well in terms of a more cautious consumer?
Absolutely. Anytime you have uncertainty,
well,
you don't do that.
Given that, shouldn't we see the same pressure in online e-commerce as we see in store? All those factors you mentioned should affect the consumer no matter where he or she is buying. So do you expect to see that read across to Amazon too, or is there some reason why the pure play or stronger positioned e-commerce retailers are going to do better?
Well, as I said last time I was on, Amazon's felt it for the last year. They're now a single-digit growth online retailer in the US. Target grew 29%. Walmart's 40%. Amazon's got its own issues. But e-commerce is slowing down year over year. It went from 20 to 16 to 19. Next year it might be 13 to 16. Eventually 10 to 12. It'll have headroom, but it's already slowing down.
How much is riding? IRS says that they're bringing in staff, they're going to process returns, but how much is riding on those returns being late and maybe not happening for some when they thought?
That's a good question. I don't really know. But
is there big seasonality though in terms of, I don't know, April, May?
Oh, it's not going to change because when you get your return in April, you might spend some money, but you're going to save most of it because we're thinking all the time about spending. When my paycheck's coming in, I'm spending every week. When my paycheck stops or my return doesn't come in, that's a big chunk of money for most people. And so you won't have as much spending when there's a delayed refund.
The Nordstrom, Goldman today takes it back to neutral, saying they got this wrong. Fading confidence in the core department store business. Was that whole period where we thought they could work this out, was that a fool's errand?
Well, I think for the department store industry, it's a fool's errand. Nordstrom has a great position. They're a very good online retailer. They've got incredible service in the store. They do high and low. You know, Chanel, it's probably one of their best accounts, but they've got their great private label. Nordstrom's fine, you know, and they're going to transition well. But I think when you look at people like Macy's and Penney's and Sears and even Kohl's, people don't want to shop in these big stores. Today we look at Instagram, see an image and try to buy it, right? If shopping's that easier for millennial, do you want to go navigate 9 floors of a department store? The whole model is out of touch.
What do you think happens to Sears? I mean, we hear today Eddie Lampert wins, you know, his bid is the winning bid. They're going to keep something like 400 stores open, at least for now. Does it continue? Does it survive?
He must know something nobody else knows. And what I mean by that is Penney's is trading for under $1 billion with twice as many stores as Sears would be left with. Why would you create a $5 billion transaction unless you knew something about real estate or brand value? So I don't know.
I want to ask you about retail's move into the cloud and digital era. We had Satya Nadella yesterday talking about this deal with Walgreens Boots Alliance. He's also done deals with Walmart, with Kroger. What's the hard part, you think, in pulling that off, not just between those two companies, but he's talking about bringing this whole ecosystem together to digitize the foundation for the future? Yeah, no, the world's going digital, and it's all being integrated. We've talked for a long time about retail stores connecting digital and physical, like Target's doing a great job. Then it goes to specific categories. It's like pharmacy. Pharmacy should be an online deliver to the door business. More reliable, very economic.
high value added products, like high retail. It's like Enjoy. We help the premium companies with their last mile. We're taking $1,000 products through the door to create an experience for free. And so you got to pick your niche. Like electronics is going to go digital through the door. That's what we're creating, the on-demand mobile store. Walgreens, Boots, pharmacy, going through the door, right? But that doesn't mean all products will. It's going to be niches that get reinvented for this digital world.
Before I let you go, I can't have you sitting here on set with us and not ask you about Apple. What do you think after that earnings pre-announcement?
I think, I'm obviously an Apple fanboy. I can't imagine a better buy for your portfolio for the next decade. Strongest consumer franchise, smart, committed, experienced leadership team, a lot of cash, great products. They did the battery replacement. 10 million people took them up on that. Those 10 million didn't upgrade their phone. But next year they'll be ready, right? Apple's a great buy.
You still holding the stock?
Yes.
Just for full disclosure?
Yes.
Right, okay.
I'm long. I love Apple.